Hey, GM friends, just give Coder Dan a second to get back up here and we will get started. Hope everybody's having a good day, good weekend. The whole class is slowly streaming in on a fine Saturday morning, Saturday night for some of you. Hey, Coder Dan, how you doing?
Ooh, hey guys, hey new future, hey everyone. How's it going?
It's going good. Yeah, just been a good week so far. Just kind of low key. Other than the some of the most powerful people in the world fighting on the timeline. Everything else, yeah.
Didn't even notice.
Oh, my bag noticed. I just started to free. I'm stuck in a leverage long on Polygon, and I got very nervous because the price dropped under 20 cents. I was like scrambling to do my best do quan and deploy more capital, but I survived. So
No. What was the catalyst for that? Was it like related to Katana, the long?
yeah, no, it was this long was I opened a long on Polygon in December, and I've had it open this whole time, and I was profitable, and I didn't close out the position. But now the position, because I was using cross margin, is so large that if I close it, I take a significant loss. So I'm just like, please, for the love of God, go back
Yeah.
to like 40 cents, because it's like at least $6,000, $7,000 stuck in that long, which is
Yeah,
significant for
back
me.
in December it was like in the 60s, so we're in the 20s now.
Yeah, I averaged down because I got
Yeah,
in the
okay.
60s. It went to the 70s, so I was actually up $1,000, and I was like, oh, we're going back to all time highs. Like the whole market's doing really well, and then it reversed, and I just kept grabbing that falling knife, and my liquidation point's good. It's like I think now it's at like 8 or 9 cents. When we got down to initially 16 cents, I was very nervous, and I added more capital to make it like 5 cents, and then I pulled capital since. But yeah, I had to move a little bit of my USDC or USDT rather off of Hype EVM so that I can get just
Yeah.
secure it. So I just need to just go back to 40%. Like you would think that it would pump after because it was announced that Polymarket and X are forming a
Yeah,
partnership.
saw that.
Yeah, so it had like a little 5% pump, which was nice, but it's 21 cents or something. So I got a long way to go. I also don't want to double down anymore. I just want to get out.
Yeah. I thought the thing with Katana that did pretty well on the timeline. Have you played it all over on Katana yet?
I haven't. I've
Or
made
is it even
content.
live yet? I'm not. I think it's live.
It's like pre-deposits, I think. So you can deposit and then you
Oh
get
right, it's kind of like
crates.
Blast.
Yeah. So that's my thing.
Yeah,
I know like I'm in the Polygon group chat. They tried doing a pre-pip to have bridge funds used towards yield generation on Polygon, and the community just like revolted. A lot of OGs left after that, and so this is like kind of their way to do
yeah.
it.
That was a huge mess. That was
Yeah.
the when Ave. I think Ave. Did they end up leaving or not? I'm not sure,
They
but
haven't
like
left yet, but they have
huge
voted to
mess.
leave. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's like I don't.
but now they're gonna end up doing that. Like with Katana, I guess is the way to do that.
Yeah, and I don't mind it that much because at least you have a choice to opt in. If you want to be part of this flywheel,
Yeah,
you can do that. I haven't done it yet because there's, other. I saw a post actually by Mark Zeller that made me nervous, and he was pointing out to Canto, Blast, and Barachain, and like these previous experiments with like proof of
yeah,
liquidity and how they don't work. And then it's for me right now. Like the point would be you have to lock up your money. I think for 9 months, and we might be in a bear market in 9 months. I did that with Barachain where I locked up my ETH at 4,000 to get a Boyco airdrop The airdrop from Dolomite was like $1, and I lost like 75% of my value on the ETH, or not quite that much, but like when it
Nice.
unlocked, ETH was at like 1,500, 1,600, so it was like a complete
Yeah.
loss. And right now, like if you lock up you deposit, you'll get Katana tokens, and then you also get these crates, and then the crates could be, I guess,
Hmm.
tokens plus like NFTs. So it's interesting. I've thought about doing that, but if you stake Polygon on Ether on mainnet, you can
Hmm.
like basically get access to all these airdrops. But I haven't done that either because I want yield on my money right now. So like that's more important for me. I might stake something, but I don't know. I'm a Polygon enjoyer. I think everybody knows I'm a champion. I make a lot of content, but Polygon and airdrops have been horrible the last couple years. Like we've been waiting for that carrot for so long. Like
Yeah.
ZK that's never going to happen. Like, and we were told that there was going to be an airdrop for that. So it's a little disappointing. I don't really want to pin my hopes to that.
Yeah. I would was also hoping that they would figure out something for poll, but it looks like they never really did. And that was another catalyst for like, all right, we need to just exit this chain. They've never come up with any. I saw the one of the guys I used to follow, Moodit. He's now like the CT. What is he? He was like the security lead for a while, and now he's like CTO, and he's got all these different plans for poll, I guess. And I was like, man, taking them so long. They should have figured that out before they rebranded.
Yeah, it's
And yeah, another founder left. It's like it's pretty messy over there.
yeah, the
But
community's
hope
been
it
reacting.
works out.
Yeah. It's it's just the community like at least in the Telegram, cuz I'm in a Telegram chat that had the CEO and Sandeep. Sandeep's still in there, but the CEO like kind of rage quit the chat because people were
Dude,
calling
that
out the
guy, man.
yeah. I yelled at him. I was like, you need to stop being like a whiny little bitch. Like, we need you to be like, I didn't say it like that, but I was like, you're being way too defensive when people are bringing legitimate like issues. And like, I don't want to see you on the timeline like arguing like a high school
Yeah.
student. It just isn't, it's not, this doesn't do it for me. Like,
Yeah, I don't think it does it for anyone. I really am mystified why they would let him do stuff like that. It's not good for the brand at all.
yeah, and I mean personally, I'm just a hater, but they've given a lot of like confidence in Mycalium, and I called out Mycalium for rugging the DAO in
Oh
that
wow.
group, and then I got threatened that I was making personal attacks and they were going to kick me out of the group. And I'm like, these aren't personal attacks. We have like legitimate evidence that he rugged us for $20,000, and you're putting him in like he's the community lead for a project that is
Yeah.
like in charge of doling out grants. I'm like, this is bad, and I just got personally attacked. I was told I was being toxic and all this other stuff. And I'm like, look, I'm not part of the cult, man. I'll make the content, but I'm not sipping the Kool-Aid. Like this guy sucks and I'm going to keep calling it out.
My last thing on Polygon, my biggest annoyance with Polygon was if you go and you Google Polygon, what's the first thing that comes up besides the AI thing now? The first search result that comes up.
Polygon.com, Polygon Gaming and Entertainment News
Yes.
Culture Reviews.
Polygon Gaming and Entertainment News Culture Reviews. I just think they spent $400 million buying this ZK EVM team. And why didn't they spend that money on buying Polygon.com, just going all in on gaming and like having this epic funnel? It would have been perfect if they actually wanted to focus on gaming, which I thought, we thought that they did when we were attracted to the chain. Like huge missed opportunity. That could have been such an epic funnel. I don't know what kind of traffic Polygon.com gets. I mean, maybe it's not amazing, but it probably would have been like $10-20 million, acquisition. It's probably not very expensive. And they would have owned Polygon.com. They could have done all sorts of gaming content and stuff. Man, that would have been sick. I was like, I thought that's kind of what they were gonna do when they rebranded to Polygon. So I was googling. I'm like, Polygon.com gaming. Like that's pretty cool play, but nope, didn't
Yeah.
happen.
It's they also recently because they restructured their team again, and I've asked questions like, "Hey, can you give us any insight on like who's been like released?" Because I know I've saw two people on my timeline. One that Goobs is alluding to, Brandoff. He was added to the gaming team. He's another culty motherfucker who has done allegedly scammy stuff, and I've called out, and then I've been kicked out of multiple groups because of him. Um, he was added to the gaming team with Glabus, and then they were both removed from the team like a month ago. So it's like, I get that you guys are pivoting towards like this other stuff, but like, can we get like any information about the reorg, and like are we just giving up on gaming? Is that no longer a thing? Because it's the focus seems to be more on payment rails, and like cool, like that's it's an important
Yeah.
thing, but like for me as a community member, it's like I'm making content about this stuff, so I want to be informed and I don't want to be misleading people. And I still support it like in a large way, but there are like some things that like just watching the community fizzle out like over the last 2 years has been really rough.
Yeah. Well, we're close to our base migration. We've been working diligently on that. Do have some good news for everyone this week. Let me find the URL here. We finally have. It's not nothing. It's not perfect yet, but and there's a couple hoops you'll need to get through if you want to actually test it. But this should be a working link that if you open this, it'll take you to the Aavegotchi.com website for base Sepolia. It's like an internal kind of, it's a Vercel shared link, so nothing official yet. And there's a few caveats, so let me just mention those real quick. Let me find them. I think the main thing is that lending is not quite working yet. So if you are seeing gotchis that you don't own or you should own that aren't there, it's because of the lending state has not been migrated. But what we're going to do is we're just going to basically finalize all of the lending contracts on Polygon, and then we're going to bridge everyone's gotchis over, so we won't even have that issue. Um, that's the main thing. And then if you try to list a gotchi that was borrowed on Polygon, it won't let you because actually, you know what? I think that issue is fixed. So the main issue is just the lending is not totally fixed yet. But other than that, I would love to. We'll be doing like a more official announcement on this early next week with more details. But if you're keen to try it out, you can jump in, connect your wallet, and then you'll just use it as a normal Aavegotchi.com basically, except that a lot of the content's not there. Like the bazaar is basically empty right now, but you can go and you can list stuff. The only caveat is you do need to have Ghost, and it's a little bit tricky to get that Ghost. So we're not expecting people to really fully test this, given that there are some of these hoops like that. But I'm gonna see if we can maybe do like we'll do like a ghost airdrop on base Sepolia, just so people who want to test it don't have to go to the faucet and everything to do that. That's something we'll probably try and do next week. But yeah, we're getting close. Let's see. Does using the official site connected to Sepolia is the same? No, it's not. This is not deployed on Aavegotchi.com yet. This is like a testing build link. It won't work if you go to Aavegotchi.com. But yeah, we're like, this is a good step. All of the contracts have basically been deployed. We're waiting for the VRF to get set up, and then we'll be able to start opening portals on base Sepolia. That'd be kind of fun. Golden Cross, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Yeah, opening portals is always fun. Doesn't matter which net you're on, always a good time.
Yeah.
I guess Topolia's is a little bit less, less risk. It's just going to be just for the fun. So you said we're waiting on a Sepolia VRF to implement, and then we can, like, that's the
Yep.
last step. That's
I
pretty
think
cool.
it might. I think it actually might be done. I haven't tested it yet. We're working with a new team on this because we have some. We'd love to do more with VRF, and
Mhm.
part of the annoyance, it's always been very like a slow service. So we're gonna try out the new proof of play VRF instead of Chainlink VRF. Should be much faster, much cheaper, and if it works well, like there's plenty of other ideas I have for stuff we could do with VRF. Uh, if it doesn't cost as much and if it's like much faster, because the issue with Chainlink VRF, like it works, but it would take sometimes 20, 30 seconds. There were block reorgs, all sorts of stuff that were always pain points with it. Like I remember there was back in the early days, someone opened like a portal and there was like a 570 gotchi in there. And then they came back 10 minutes later and that gotchi was gone. And like we were mortified because the VRF encountered a reorg on Polygon. Polygon had these reorgs all the time. I don't know if they still do.
Yeah.
So that was like pretty mortifying. I think with the proof of play one, they don't have that issue. And I
Yeah.
don't
And
think we'll
just,
have it as much on base anyway. But yeah, this is supposed to be way faster. They're optimizing like for speed, which for gaming, when we get into things like Gotcha Guardians, that if we want to add randomness to that, on-chain randomness, Gotchiverse, anything, I think it's going to be pretty cool to be able to use a much faster VRF. So we're just
Portal
waiting for them
Wars.
to, yeah, you could do like, you could really have more exciting Portal Wars.
That's cool. I didn't realize we were switching or trying out this other VRF alternative, but it makes sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a easy switch back if it ends up not working. Pretty much the same code, just like a different provider.
Mhm. I see Z-Bot in the chat here with all the base stuff. He says we'll get to use this. I don't think we get blue portals though, do we? That look pretty sick. But
I
what
mean,
could it be?
yeah, I'd be open to it, but not,
Yeah, it could
not
be.
a Haunt 3.
Yeah, typically I guess different color portals signify different haunts. Kind of
Yeah.
the idea.
I'm gonna probably have to drop off in around 40 at the top of the hour. So if there's anything we want to chat about related to DAO props or anything, probably because I got the baby now, kind of going to bed a little bit earlier. So I might start having to drop off just earlier in the first hour. So maybe I don't know. Do we want to? Is there anything else we want to cover? I guess before getting into DAO business, I know there's one thing which is the something that our partners over at GBM have been hinting at.
Hmm.
Golden Crush, you had a call with them over at GBM. Any alpha to drop there?
Oh, you might have seen Jake in the chat coming through from GBM, and he said they'll have more details in the coming days. But I don't know what all he said in the chat. He mentioned he was in there. Did you guys see that? It
He said there's going to be something that rhymes with air flop.
right, right,
I
right.
wonder what that could be.
Yeah, I have no idea. But the cool part is GBM is, yeah, these notes are great, Choinya. GBM's coming to base in a big way, and there'll be some more news around this and what that means with air flops and everything else. But I think he said as much. There's a kind of a retroactive aspect to it. So
That's so
Aavegotchi,
cool.
like, yeah, we're definitely going to eat on that. I hope it goes really well for them. And there's more ways we can support. I'm pretty sure of that. And they're going to be doing a big campaign throughout the summer. So I think it's just a perfect timing situation for us to launch the bazaar and the auctions on our DApp on base. at the same time they're doing this, it's going to work out really, really nice for everybody.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Imagine
they're
printing on that. Like if they do, I'm hoping they execute well on this because this could be very epic air flop for the Gotcha gang if they do a good job. So let's also help
Mhm.
them out. Like we're I don't know exactly what the terms are for this retroactive air flop, but if it's like they end up doing a good job, it could be nice for Gotcha gang.
Yeah, it definitely
Because
could be.
we've
I
been
can't
doing so many
imagine.
auctions. We've done so many GBM, like back to the Haunt 2
Yeah,
rounds, like all those parcels, all GBM. So I think we're probably one of their, if not the biggest GBM client. Maybe is
gotta be.
things might have faded off a little bit here in the last year or so, but they might have gotten new clients. But definitely the OGs, Gotcha Gang,
Yeah,
owns that reputation.
I think between the retroactive and then if we find and like we do a lot of trading and auctioning this summer, the gang's got plenty of like I'll be listing things I was like on the fence about listing just to be a part of this. I think it's going to be more rewarding than ever to do a GBM auction. They're still getting the payout, right? When you get outbid, but
Yep.
now they're also keeping score. So I'm very excited for that. I think we'll actually have Hugo or some of the other team members from GBM join us right here 1 week from today. So they said they definitely want to come by and join the hangout. So yeah, if you're interested in learning more, um, just be here this time next week and we'll hear directly from them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, fake
Other
gotchas are gonna
than
eat well. Gotta do
yeah,
that.
yeah, we're thinking about doing some fakes. Pixelcraft has plenty of fake gachi cards. We've scooped up over the years, so might put some of those to use sooner than later. If anybody out there is holding fake gachi cards, I think the migration to base is a great time to consider creating and minting some new fake gachi content. So it's really up to the to all of us to use those cards if we so want to, and I think just entering on base, it's a great way to celebrate Aavegotchi and visually, advocate for the brand and show them off. So I'd be up for anybody that wants to do fake spaces. I'd show you on jump on a spaces with you guys and talk fakes all day. Um, it'll be good for the GBM auctions. Great material for that. And then it's just we just got on base, so the bazaar is going to be busy and there's gonna be all this cool art. I'd love to see more base themed Aavegotchi art. So you have a potential collector out here
Yeah.
in May. Yeah, it's gonna be really good for the art and the trading. And what's Debot say here? Tell me about placing 100 auctions manually. Uh, sounds like
The heady days.
the yeah, those are crazy times. Yeah, that GIF is appropriate. Just imagine GBM tokens instead of Ghost, perhaps. And I know, yeah, it won't be just Gachi centric, this GBM thing, but I think at the same time, they're very enthusiastic to promote us during the campaign's kickoff. So I think there'll probably be some other gaming titles or gaming communities, other NFT mints that'll be part of this. It'll be like every week they'll spotlight somebody new. But I don't know. They were basically like, Aavegotchi's awesome. Like, let us know if you guys have mints, multiple mints over the summer, any mints, they should be a part of this campaign. So I really appreciate how just generous and enthusiastic they were on the call. They're definitely big supporters. So we'll be doing that, Dan, and then I guess we've got, of course, progress on Gotcha Guardians. We're starting to prep that for a launch,
Yep.
and
Who here has
definitely.
a Steam account? Quick poll
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
actually active. If you do, I'll just put a quick poll. Who has a Steam account? If you do, just give the little gotchi salute here. Just curious of the people on this call. Obviously, not a.
Yeah.
Make sure you're only responding if you actually have an account, not
Yeah.
just for the culture.
I see the Gachi salute emoji. I have to click it.
Yeah.
Simple man.
But yeah, it's we're prepping all the final kind of go to market launch details for Steam, and gonna be Gotchi Guardians is gonna be going live on Steam early, kind of mid summer is the plan here, and it's gonna take everyone in the Gotchi gang. We're gonna have to do a push because we want this is a big moment for Pixelcraft, for Aavegotchi, kind of almost kind of a make or break moment, really. I mean, we're taking it very very seriously. Uh, we've definitely invested a lot of time and effort and money into this game, so we're taking it very seriously. Want to do a big a successful launch on Steam and get some attention for our ecosystem, for the IP, bring in some revenue for Pixelcraft and the DAO in a kind of a non-speculative NFT way. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped for it. Doing
Hmm.
all the groundwork for that this month, and we should have. Didn't actually realize, but after doing some research, we can put Gotcha Guardians onto Steam in like a playtest mode. They kind of started offering this playtest mode. So we might actually have it on there, and you guys can be able to play Gotcha Guardians on Steam before it's technically released. So that'll be really crucial because one of the big things about Steam is that they really rely on user reviews and wish lists. So we'll definitely be doing some activations to get community members. Let's go over and give Gotcha Guardians a nice review, give it a wish list, things like that. Definitely expect to see stuff like that coming in the announcements as we start prepping this.
Totally. It could be everybody here on the call, I think, will be there for sure if they have a Steam account. If not, might make one. And then the wider Discord and community. But then even like wider Web3, I'd love to see Guardians. Um, I think it has the potential to be a great ambassador for like crypto gaming at large, something that we
Yeah.
haven't really seen yet. Some of the other big like games that have kind of carried that mantle towards like quote unquote mainstream adoption were first person shooters or just different genres. I feel like the fact that we're bringing the Gotchi IP in a very family friendly kind of any age type of presentation is going to bode well for it. And you could see a wider part of Web3 kind of rally around the game and enjoy that, you know, this quality win that they can like put their hat on as well. So it can be for everybody.
They'll only do that if the initial metrics are good. That's
Indeed.
unfortunately that's just the way the KOL cabal works. So we've got to do our part. Let's give them content to post wins about.
Yeah.
If we show up and there's nothing to talk about, then no one's going to adopt it. But if we come out swinging, getting thousands of wish lists, people are giving positive reviews. It's very easy to go to these guys and say, "Hey, look, like, are you a clown, or are you actually serious about the industry that we're in? If you are serious, then you got to cover this. Like, if you're not covering it,
Yeah.
what are you doing?"
Yeah. No, absolutely. Nothing happens without us starting that. So um I guess I'm speaking more towards the potential, but
Yeah,
we're gonna have to put in the work up front. So fire up those Steam accounts. It's almost time.
yeah. Dust it off if you haven't played on Steam in a while. I know it's been a
Yeah.
while for me. Cool. Oh, well, anything else to cover on the Hangout? Golden Cross, you got any Any thoughts?
Hmm.
Otherwise, maybe we start. We can.
I personally, I like this idea of maybe not. Let's see how it goes. But like 2 hours is a long time on a Saturday to spread out everything. And since the Dow votes are a little light, I don't think there's that many active. Roxiana, you can correct me. I think it makes sense to start it a little early, and fine by me. I don't have any breaking news or anything to share either.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the last
I'll let
thing